Hey everyone, this is Sophia, reporting from Singapore. Today, the whole world will be watching Singapore for the historic US-North Korean summit, and all the major news channels will be covering the meeting between Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. But have you been wondering what everyday Singaporeans think about this occasion and how it's been affecting their lives? What's the mood of the city? Well, let's hit the streets of Singapore to find out. So, are you aware that the US-North Korean summit was happening here in Singapore today?
Yes, I am aware, yes.
I think everyone is really excited. Everyone is like on the street filming and trying to spot Kim and Trump. Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, I've been very excited about it. Actually, I've been following the news and like the updates of when they're arriving and stuff like that. Because it's a very exciting time for us, I think.
What makes it so exciting?
Firstly, it's two very, very unconventional leaders meeting, and I mean the summit has been on and off. So the fact that it's really happening in Singapore, our homeland, it's been really exciting.
Oh yeah, when I walked into the office today, there were five laptops open following the Trump-Kim summit on BBC, on Channel News Asia. Lots of people have been talking about it. I think it's one of the most talked about activities that's happening in Singapore at this time.
And what's your initial reaction as someone who lives here?
Well, it's good for Singapore and for the world. Peace.
I was a bit shocked because I was afraid that the discussion may not end so well between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un.
It's kind of funny though, like, the whole build up to this, summit, first they were fighting last year, same time this year, and then this year they wanted to come and then they want to cancel it, then they're meeting again.
Well, initially it was supposed to be happening and then they cancelled it, and then after that, last minute Trump decided to make it happen again. So us being Singaporeans, we're just like, meh, like whatever happens, happens, kind of thing,
Could you ever have imagined that there would be a meeting between these two leaders face to face?
Never. I didn't expect that.
What do you think changed?
I think it's Trump.
What did he do?
I think he's quite straightforward and he's quite strong, I think I say. Yeah, he's quite blunt. He say whatever he do whatever he say.
Can you describe some of the security measures in place?
There are many, many road closures and road blocks. So I think that has brought a lot of inconvenience for Singaporeans travelling maybe to Sentosa and back, and tourists even. But I've also seen and heard that many of the businesses are still operating as usual. It's very, very well planned in the sense that they try not, while they're trying to ensure security, they're trying not to bring too much inconvenience to people here, and they can still lead our lives as usual.
Nothing much has changed, right? Except for the roadblocks around the downtown area and Sentosa where the whole summit is formed, right?
Yeah, so obviously there will be a lot of security checks and everything around where they're staying and in Sentosa. But Sentosa, I guess, is an offshore island, so it's not like many people visit there on a regular basis anyway.
Can people go in?
Largely tourists because there's an amusement park there and everything, but I would say the ordinary Singaporean wouldn't have much reason to go into Sentosa on the weekdays.
How do you feel about the fact that Singapore is the place that's hosting the summit, given that it's not actually directly related to the conflicts at hand?
Singapore has always been a country which trades freely with people all around the world. Politically, they try to stay neutral. They try to be a friend to everyone.
It's a good choice. If I'm not wrong, it was Trump that suggested it to be in Singapore, right?
I think it might highlight the trust they have in Singapore as a neutral party and mediator. Even Prime Minister Lee said he didn't exactly know the reasons, but it's a good sign that Singapore was picked.
The North Korean leader is known to be very cautious about his security and stuff like that. So Singapore being a very, very secure place, we are very strict on security. And I think previously, for a very, very important summit as well, there was someone who drove past a checkpoint without stopping, and then the security actually shot the person down. So it's things like that really show Singaporeans stand in this and no nonsense. Safety is all we care about, and I think that's very important for both great leaders as well.
What are some of the resources that they've put in?
In terms of manpower, throughout the whole island's division, the whole police force itself is engaged. And also, if I'm not wrong, the army is on standby, and also all the Air Force and the Navy. In terms of finance itself, I think, if I'm not wrong, they actually put the budget to 20 million for the whole summit.
How do you feel about that?
I believe 20 million is a lot of money. Right. And also, but the thing is, I heard that Kim Jong-un is staying in a hotel, right, which is $6,000 a night.
What do you think about Kim Jong-un coming here and as a leader and also someone who's staying in a hotel here for $6,000 a night?
I think he's the chairman of his country, so you wouldn't avoid any expense or expenditure associated.
I think we should look at it from a larger perspective. We do realize that this has more implications than just $20 million. I mean, there's a lot more at stake. So it's a small price to pay. I could end up in world peace, which is what we all hope for, right?
What is your impression of Kim Jong-un and how does it feel knowing the North Korean leader will be staying the night in Singapore?
Kim it's always been this, outspoken personality as always, and honestly, I love his hairstyle though. So that's what I love about him, the hairstyle, and then he's able to pull it off. I don't think anyone else can, but I think he does it very well as well.
He likes to be in control, right? So him coming to Singapore itself is him stepping out of his comfort zone, and the fact that he's open to try new stuff, I believe he might be a changed man. I believe so, yeah.
What's your opinion of Trump as a leader and him coming to the summit?
We all know how unpredictable Trump is, and a lot of his decisions are very controversial. But I think it's because he's a very different leader from what we are used to.
Do you think this style of being unconventional has helped or hurt him in this summit?
Definitely helped in a way, because dealing with an equally unpredictable leader like Kim Jong-un, it helps that he knows his stand and he is firm with that. So I think that is partially why we have been able to organize a summit in the first place. I mean, we can never say what is right and what is wrong. So I mean, the fact that he has managed to achieve his promise to settle this with North Korea, I think it's great.
It's not every day that Singapore gets to be the host of a summit like this, so there's going to be a lot of people watching from all over the world. What are some of the things you'd like them to know about Singapore?
One of the quintessential aspects of being a Singaporean is we are open and welcoming of people from all around the world.
I think it's quite telling that the media, both North Korean and American, has been quite positive about how the city is, so it's definitely a great place to visit if you haven't been.
It's a peaceful country, and it's a lovely place to come. And I hope more such peace summits, actually, more such countries and leaders choose Singapore as a, as a normal and neutral ground to actually host such summits, so we can actually be part of this peace together with the world as well. Yeah.
Hope you found people's answers insightful. What do you think about the summit and about Singapore being the host country? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to Asian Boss to get the most authentic views on today's news and cultural trends in Asia. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.